Everybody, J.M Manion here at the NPC Photo Gym in Pittsburgh, PA, and I am here with IFBB Pro League Bikini competitor,
Daraja Hill.
and she is doing her road to the Arnold.
I am.
Is it really sunk in yet?
It's getting there. I get that question all the time, and I'm like, no, and I don't think it will until I'm like backstage, all done up.
Or
makeup,
maybe
tan.
the athletes meeting.
There, meeting Arnold. You know what? That'll probably be.
Yeah.
When I shake his hand, that'll probably be it.
There you go. There you go. Now, you just recently turned pro at the 2019 NPC North American Championships.
Yes.
And then you went on from there to go kick some booty in our first two IFBB Pro contests.
I did.
How'd that feel?
You know, winning my pro card, because that was what I had set out to do that year, and then anything after that was just kind of extra. Not that I wasn't grateful for everything I achieved, but I'd done what I had set out to do that year.
Right.
And then our real goal going onto the pro stage was just to see how I compare and get feedback, comparing not to other amateurs but to other pros. And the feedback was positive.
I would say it was.
You know, it really solidified me feeling like I belong on the pro stage, and it just made me more hungry to do better.
So the nice thing is you're already qualified for the Olympia.
I am.
So everything else is, that's the other icing on the cake, right?
Oh, that's like the icing, the sprinkles, the whipped cream.
Cookies or whatever. What else? Come on, cherries. What else do you want to put on?
Everything.
Chocolate sauce, caramel sauce. What are we going with?
Oh, now you're just talking dirty.
I thought I was talking your language.
That too.
So, coming here, I did not tell Daraja that there was going to be a special guest when she walked in, because they've been here for a week. But so I walked in and I was a couple minutes late because I did run into some traffic, and I go, I had to do an Uber pickup, and I walk in and she's standing over there, and all of a sudden she sees Isa Piscini.
I mean, surprise. Especially since I've never met her before. She's just, I think, even more beautiful in person, to be quite honest.
You don't have to say that just because she's standing there.
No, she's stunning. She's stunning. And of course, she's our Miss Bikini Olympia, so it's too cool. It's really cool.
So that was like your little surprise.
Yes.
Now, something I just found out, which I didn't realize before, is that she's actually a Pennsylvania girl.
I am.
She's actually 2 hours north of here.
Yep. I grew up in
Erie, PA. Lot of snow.
Lots of snow.
Yeah,
A little too
a lot
much.
of snow. And she also told me that she's a Philadelphia Eagles fan, which I can live with, but which is obviously the colors being, as everybody knows about Pittsburgh here. Okay. She's not a Patriots fan, though. There you go. So we're good. We can continue with today.
We don't say that.
All right, so give us a little bit of background about yourself. Were you an athlete? What did you do? When did you get into weight training? Things like that.
So I grew up as a tennis player. My dad played tennis basically his entire life and played in college. And then I had my brother and I, and we were both brought up on tennis. We started playing competitively at a pretty young age. So my background in tennis definitely helped just with my athletic build. Kind of helped me create a bit of a foundation of muscle. I am a bit lower body dominant for obvious reasons. Tennis players are, constantly sprinting, running. I did take my crack at track, and that was a lot of fun.
Did you try to rhyme that on purpose? On purpose, I mean?
No. See, if I try to do anything on purpose, it's never going to go well. So, but yeah, and that was a lot of fun for me. I have quote unquote fast twitch muscles. Which, looking at me, you can probably tell. Yes. And I have the nice, I've always had, definition of my arms.
Right.
It's always been kind of there, so.
Now, one thing I want to say now, which we probably wouldn't have even ever said before, is you said you're lower body dominant because of playing tennis. But if you look at her, folks, she is not big enough for wellness.
No.
Okay? So let's make that distinction right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was asked to, when the division was being introduced to the U.S., if I was going to make the switch, and I'm a bikini girl.
Yeah. I mean, you can still be lower body dominant, but not a wellness competitor.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that would take you a while, so.
It would take me a hot minute.
Just a hot minute?
It was maybe a couple.
Okay. 5 maybe?
10.
Okay.
And then I started lifting. So after high school, I got into club tennis, but I was kind of straying away from the tennis scene, and I needed a new challenge, and I had stumbled across like fitness models.
Oh, okay.
This is when IG fitness models. This is when I found out about them. I don't know. I'm slow when it comes to social media stuff, so it might have taken me a little bit longer, but you know, they all had really nice big butts and like thick thighs and a little tiny waist, and I wanted that. You know, I'd never been a girl that had very, you know, small waist. That was just not in my structure.
Right.
So I thought, well, maybe if I do what they do, I can look like them.
How long ago was that, would you say?
2014.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I didn't get into competing until 2018.
Okay. How old are you, by the way, if you don't mind?
I'm 24.
Oh, you're still a baby.
I'm a baby.
So you were a teenager when you spawned this?
Yes.
Okay.
I was 20. I was 22
Okay.
when I got into competing.
No, but I'm saying when you found the,
Well, yes.
the fitness models
Yes.
and things.
I did what a lot of other girls do, and I just played the comparison game for a long time, and kind of eventually found myself stuck. You know, the progress I was making in the gym wasn't fulfilling me because I wasn't reaching for something that was attainable for me. So that's where I got into competing, because I needed a new goal. And it was either competing or powerlifting. My fiance was like, you need to do something more constructive with this. You know, you really are.
Those are two very different
Yes.
ones to do.
Yes, but I loved, so at the time I didn't know that you had to do, you know, bench either.
Yeah.
I loved getting strong with deadlifts, and I loved getting strong with squats, but my bench is not, is not there.
Well, here's a question. Since you said you're very athletic, lower body dominant, what made you decide that you thought you'd be better with bikini than figure?
That's a good question, because I was told that I should look more into figure because I just didn't have the bikini look.
At that time?
At the time. And I considered it, you know, you know, maybe it's not for me, maybe I'm just not meant to be a bikini girl. And it took me not even that long to just say, you know what, no. I like bikini, I like the posing, I like the suits, and it's just the look that I love. And when I first got into it, I was looking up to Angelica Teixeira. It was right around the time of the Arnold 2018.
Okay.
So I was like, that's what I want to look like. And that's kind of what really built the little snowball that is what it is today.
So you're the little snowball?
Yes.
Little green and black snowball?
Yes.
So how long ago did you, speaking of snow, move away from Erie?
We moved from Erie in 2011.
Okay.
Down to Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay, so you went from getting snow that could be as high as you.
Yes.
Which is true if you know about Erie, to nice sunshiny weather.
Oh yeah, and it was a nice change for a while.
So right now you think it's cold here?
I do, but I love it.
Okay, because you miss it.
I missed it.
Yeah.
Yes.
As you can see, I'm in a sweatshirt.
I'm like, the crisp air is refreshing.
And by the way, we didn't try this Christmas theme, it just happened.
You know, if it works, it works.
All right, so now you decide that you're going to go to bikini. Did you go on YouTube? Did you talk to people? Did you get a coach? Did you talk to other competitors?
So I did a lot of that stuff. I did a lot of YouTube research, a lot of internet research. I went on NBC News online. I looked at all the rules and things that they have on there. Did as much research as I could, as far as what suit, what you should do with your hair, your makeup, heels, all that stuff. And then I looked into getting a coach, but didn't really know anything about fitness coaching, any of that stuff.
Right.
So I just thought, oh, well, this guy at my gym, he's a bodybuilder. He knows what he's doing, so I'm going to reach out to him. And it was just a style of prep that didn't really fit me and what I saw for myself. So I looked a little further, and I decided to reach out to my current coach, Paul Ravella of Team Pro Physique, and we've been together ever since. So that was July 2018. So So it's going on 2 years this year.
Yeah, I think you two have done pretty good.
We've done all right. We make a great team.
That's good. It's always good.
Yeah.
You find somebody and it works.
Yes, so great chemistry.
Yeah. Now, I know at North Americans, when you came off stage, you were a little starstruck until I hit you with the fact that you just won the biggest NPC bikini contest ever. The NPC North America in 2019, the bikini division had over 400 competitors. And she's still...
It's still...
And she won the overall unanimously.
You know, those things it just doesn't quite always sink in the way I feel like it might for other people.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm someone that's I never set out to be the best or think that I, had what it took to be the best. I just wanted to be the best at what I could do. Right. And be my best self, and that ended up being enough. And so to think that, my best self and, they're parallel is kind of a crazy thought to me, but.
Yeah. Well, I have to say this because I'm gonna pump up the MPC and the IFBB Pro League judges because it just goes to show. So here she is, the biggest NPC bikini contest in history. She wins the overall, and she jumps in and wins 2 pro contests. So ladies, you don't need a year to get ready. If you qualify to be an IFBB Professional League bikini competitor, you're good enough to step on the pro stage. Mm-hmm. I'm sure when you went into your first pro contest, you probably had no preconceived notions that you would win.
Oh, none whatsoever. I just wanted to make a first call out, maybe top 10.
Right.
And the biggest motive for us doing that too was we talked to Sandy after North Americans and we said, what do you think we should do? She said, go ahead and do it. If she told us that we weren't ready, then we would have taken some time. Right. But, and the show was right after North Americans too. So, and it was right in my backyard. It was in Tampa. So it just really worked out well. And there was nothing to lose at that point. Right. The only thing that you can do now is get the feedback and know what you need to work on for your off season. Yeah.
So now here we are. So that's what, October. So September, October, November, December, January. So we're 5 months removed from that. And in another 5.5 weeks, you're going to be on the Arnold stage as a pro, as a special invite. It's an invitational. I mean, that there's close to 80 IFBB pros that are hoping to get invited.
I was wondering how many.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, that division is probably the one that the most, probably that and the, I would say, men's bodybuilding, a lot of them want to do, but I think bikini has the most to indicate that they'd like to compete in that.
Applying, I was hoping, that I would be able to step on one of the most prestigious stages in our community, in our sport. But I would have understood if the answer was no. Right. I'm new. I'm a very new pro, and there are a lot of veterans out there that probably have, paid their dues. So I don't take it for granted.
But see, I want to say, she used that phrase, pay your dues. Just goes to show, let's be honest, nobody really knew you coming into the North American. No. Correct?
I'm super new.
Okay, how many national shows did you do?
2.
Okay. Then you go and you win your first 2 pro shows. So there is no such thing as paying your dues.
I guess you either got it or you don't got it.
And you shattered the glass ceiling there.
It definitely wasn't a conventional path.
But that it goes to show that as I'm saying, if you are good enough, then you can do it.
Yes, that's very true.
Yeah, anybody, whatever division you're in, men, women, whatever, there is no paying your dues. There is no, as you said, shatter the glass ceiling, go for it. You have nothing to lose, right?
I cried actually when I saw the list came out. I FaceTimed Paul and I was just in tears, like, we did it. So it's already been an amazing journey. We've learned a lot and we've got a decent amount of information to work off of, and we're having a good old time.
Well, good. Well, is there anybody that anyone else you want to give a shout out to or thank, or maybe some other competitor you want to trash talk about?
You don't want to hear
I mean-
me talk trash. It doesn't work.
Oh, so there is somebody.
No.
I could police in.
I'm not good at trash talk. Even
Oh,
if
okay.
don't-
I thought you meant like you were so good.
Oh my gosh.
You don't
no.
want to hear me go off on people.
Oh, no. I mean, I might have to call my brother for some advice on that one. He's
Okay.
much better than me. But I would love to, obviously, first of all, thank Paul, my coach, Paul Ravella. Really could not have done this without you, without your guidance, and just your mentorship and being so much more than just a coach to me. You really are a friend, and I can't wait to see what we have coming in these next few years. And of course my teammates, my Team Pro Physique teammates. I mean, from the start, when I first started with the team, they've been just incredible, absolutely incredible, and so welcoming and so supportive, and they've been some pillars for me to really use and stand on, and teach me that support goes both ways. My family, my dad and my mom, and my brother, and just everyone that's coming to support me. We have a pretty big squad coming to support at the Arnold this year, and it's just overwhelming in the best way. So,
That's great. That's great.
yeah, and my fiance, because honestly, wouldn't be doing this without him. He either was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You had to do something more productive, and I would have never had the push to do something and pursue something like this had it not been for him. So.
Well, great. All right. Well, I think I don't have any other questions. So we're going to be seeing you next in Columbus.
Yes.
Okay. And now, is your family going to have like signs and T-shirts and things?
We might have some T-shirts. We might have some signs. I have some really cool teammates, so they might be going all out.
Well, then we're going to be on the lookout for them. Okay. I love when families and friends and stuff do all that with competitors. I mean, it's great.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It is.
So, and it's always fun too, because then you'll be able to hear them, whether it's in the expo
yeah.
or up in the upstairs. So, anyways, J.M Manion,
Daraja Hill.
we'll see you in Columbus.
So if you guys want to follow me and follow my journey to the stage as an IFBB Bikini Pro, you can follow me on Instagram at Daraja Hill Fit. It's just my full name, Daraja Hill Fit. And you can also follow me on YouTube. I do try to upload frequently, sometimes a little less frequently than others, but I do like to upload on there nonetheless. So there you go.